Manoj, take the stand.
Hey guys, can you hear me in the back? Alright. My name is Manoj. I am basically from India, as you can tell. And I'm doing my MBA at Tech. So I just happened to get this mail from Dr. Tina, and she said that she has this beautiful class who wants to know more about the country. And I said, okay, I don't mind. So I don't have anything like really serious about the country, just basic stuff, so that you get a feel about the country. And so next time when you are in India, you have no surprises. All right. Some numbers there on the screen. 1.1 billion. Can anyone guess what it is? Sorry?
Population.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so we are a very populous country. Actually, a lot of youngsters, like my generation and the generations coming up now, all of us feel that the government has to do something about it. I mean, you have all these family planning programs and stuff like that, but there's nothing that's really enforced. The whole reason, what I feel, is because our great grandfathers, they used to have 7 kids, 10 kids, and at that point in time, it was, I guess the concept was the more the merrier. But as generations passed, we could see that the resources were the same, but there were more people who were accessing the same resources. And I think this is one of the reasons why my country is really not able to compete with other, or we are still a developing nation and we are not a developed nation. I think this is the main reason.
Because of the natural resource competition with the people, essentially?
Right. All right, so next is we have 28 states, 7 union territories. We have 22 languages and 2,000 regional dialects. We have 8 religions. Dr. Tina just mentioned about Hinduism, Islam, Buddhism. We also have Christianity. And actually the number is not right. We have 9 religions. The 9th religion is cricket. Actually, it's the first religion. It's a sport.
Cricket.
Yeah, but it's like a religion in India, so I'm sorry I hadn't mentioned that. We have 5.8% is the annual GDP growth rate, and we are the second largest labor force. So, talking about outsourcing, which is a very sensitive topic. Being in this MBA program, I think I've learned a lot about what my fellow students feel like, what my American students feel about outsourcing and, the big picture. So it's not our fault that we are actually qualified enough and we can do the same job, at a lower cost. So competition and globalization is something that everybody has to deal with today. So I think I read an article somewhere that the jobs that have already been outsourced, are not going to come back. I may be wrong, but that's what I've heard. All right. So yeah. So that's about it. So far, so good.
Yeah.
Okay. Culture. So whenever people talk about India, they talk about culture a lot. We are very, we are a country rich of culture. Everywhere you go, you will find a different culture. As I said, there's a lot of states. So you move from one state to another, you will find a big difference in the culture, the way they eat, the way they dress up. Joint and nuclear families. As I said, our great grandfathers, they all used to live in joint families. Like, let's say I marry, my wife would live with my parents, and if my parents are alive, so all of them would be living in one house. So you can imagine the chaos. But now it's very much, I would say for 20-25 years. Please don't quote me on this, but I'm not sure about the years. But we're gradually moving towards a nuclear family setup, where you will have the husband, wife, and kids kind of thing. Marriages for life, extremely low divorce rate. This is something that's exactly contrast of what US, about this condition in US. And yesterday night when I was, making this PowerPoint, I was actually asking my roommate, should I put this point in? Would they beat me up? Thank you for not beating me up. Then there's something about meditation and yoga. I don't know, has anybody gone to a yoga class or something? You have, right? So do they talk about India then? Yeah. So like its roots are, it originated from India. We had like all these saints going on top of the mountain hills, sitting and sitting there. I don't know why, but they did. And yoga is definitely, it's kind of exercise where you actually don't, lift heavy weights and stuff like that. It's just about breathing. And, people say that it's a good stress buster. Ancient India had something called as a Gurukul system of education. Now, what is this all about? This is like the kids would actually go far away from their house, and they would stay with the teacher, and the teacher would impart all his knowledge to the group of kids who were staying with them. So they would actually eat, sleep, live with the teacher for a certain amount of time. So that was a Gurukul system of education, which is not prevalent anymore. However, just because I'm talking about the education system, when it was my first day at Tech, I was under this massive shock. I was sitting in the class, and the professor walked in, and I stood up. I stood up because in India, teacher is given, they're respected a lot, and the normal practice is when a teacher walks in, you stand up, to show your respect. And here I was the only person who was standing up, and the rest of them were sitting with their legs on the table, and so that was kind of a cultural shock for me.